Hello everyone, this is Jitters. Welcome to my video on V-Rising. I wanted to hit record here on the computer because I've been primarily playing this game on the Steam Deck. It's been running incredibly well, and I have about 10 hours of playtime so far. So I'm still technically in the early game. I'm just almost finished with Act 1, but I have a floor plan here to share with you today that I think is going to be pretty good for anybody who's just starting off with the game in V-Rising. Now, it is located up here in the north of Farbane Woods, in the middle of the map up here to the right, next to Forgotten Cemetery. And I have found some really good success so far with this early floor plan. So as I mentioned, I've played about 10 hours so far in the game, and I have a nice one-story floor plan that I think fits really well. And I actually started out with this floor plan initially with wooden walls, and the footprint has not changed at all in my entire game time of playing so far. So I wanted to mention that I had, kind of been following V-Rising throughout early access, but I did not play it in early access. I've been playing it now that it's on 1.0. So this is something that is very easy to build. You don't need a lot of game time in the engine or anything like that to build anything like this. And I will go ahead and jump inside now to go ahead and show you the floor plan. I'll give you a tour. So initially, just to start off, as I mentioned, this is all the same floor plan that I had when it was wooden floors. So everything that you see here, it has the exact same shape as when I first started building out the base here. So dimensions-wise, first of all, just to get that out of the way, we are 3 tiles in width and then 5 tiles in length. So that worked out really well for me. These were wooden walls at first, so as I expanded into castles with stone, I just replaced the walls, but I did not add any additions to the length or the width there. Additionally, these walls right here were not there, so if you're going by 5 here, these 3 walls were not initially here. This was actually very open right here, and then I built a smaller rectangle out here. It'll be 3 tiles in length and then 2 tiles in width. And this second rectangle here was very useful for additional workshop materials. This sawmill here, for example, the grinders and other things went over here. A forge was over here at one point, and everything was working out really well for me. Now, the reason I felt like this floor plan worked so well was that I had a brazier right over here. Everything expanded out from this castle heart, since that's the first thing you plop down. This has not moved at all, and then the floor plan went around it, and everything, the walls have not moved since then either. Now, there was a mist brazier right here where I'm standing that actually covers most of this footprint in your mist, so that when it's sunlight outside, you don't get any damage. And this actually worked out extremely well. Even when I didn't have a roof, I was able to have a good amount of space in my base without just building a box, basically. So everything has moved around now that we're inside, and I've expanded out and discovered new things. But initially, this floor plan here really worked out extremely well, and as you can see, even as you go further into the game and start unlocking more things, you actually will be able to still keep this same blueprint. So, as I mentioned, 3 tiles in width, 5 tiles in length, and then this one right here is 2 tiles in width, and then 3 tiles in length. So these rectangles work really well, and then if I go outside here, I still think that it is very aesthetically pleasing when you look at it from outside as well. So I have found great success with that floor plan right there, and this will be kind of a short video just to kind of mention what I found success with, because it's not too late to jump into V-Rising. You might see some people with crazy 2-story floor plans and things like that, and you might feel like, well, I can't build like that. The thing is that you can actually get through with a very nice aesthetic. You can spruce up the place with some decorations, and this might look like a simple build to some people, but to me, I have found great success in doing this. Even when I just had a mist brazier right here, I had coverage over my entire base with only 1 brazier. That way I wasn't burning too many bones at the start of the game, and I still was able to have very fruitful production throughout this entire base here. Things have definitely moved around as we expanded, but the floor plan itself has not changed. Eventually, I do plan on probably knocking down maybe this wall and this wall to have some difference in order to not have the exact same, let's say, design on this side. So there's one door on that side, maybe I'll have two doors on this side, and then kind of create some hallways to expand out into the backyard there. As you can see, we have some undeveloped land back there. So this is also nice because I'm not much for this crazy two-story floor plan with this castle design. I'm still, they really do give you a lot of land to work with in this game. So I am kind of seeing what I can do with one story for now. Maybe on my second castle, I'll basically experiment a little bit more. But I think that this works out really well for anybody who's still new with the game, as I am. And I think that you'll find some good success in sticking with a pretty basic, rectangles next to each other. But that length and that width worked out really well for me because I was able to still get coverage out of this mist brazier here before I got to the castles. Now, in the backyard over here, there is this teleporter that I had popped down, and now we are going to be able to have this very nice backyard area over here. It looks really good with that entrance as the 3 tiles with the doors up over here. I still think that this just looks really nice. And back over here, I have my brazier, so that way there is coverage in my back porch area, basically. As you can see, it's also really nice to kind of leave some woods around, and I like these walls still being here and everything like that. This is an area I'm probably not going to touch myself, because I think that it is just very nice out here. I actually kind of like the vibe out here. I will most likely be expanding out through this side of the walls over here. Now, what's nice about this floor plan too is, as I mentioned, these walls weren't here at first, but I did build them as eventually to be able to enclose this space with my workshop flooring. If you don't know, you actually get some ability to increase production when you are in a different flooring, and every single room has different floors that you can plop down. I do only have the workshop floor right here, but as you can see with this floor plan here in the early game, it actually ended up working out extremely well for all the workshop materials to fit into this location here. So this room here, while it was open initially, has been able to be closed, and I am getting all of the production requirements that I need to really expand out into this this extra room here. I didn't even know about that mechanic when I built out this extra rectangle. I did this for space, but it actually ended up working out extremely well. So I think that this is an extremely efficient base design at first, and I think that anybody who's starting out can definitely utilize this as a one-story build. It doesn't require a lot of work to set up, it doesn't require a lot of effort to build, but it works out extremely well for you when you are working through the early game here. So, thank you very much for joining me today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.